News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. And there's your closing bell for this Tuesday on Wall Street, where a cooler than estimated inflation reading spurred gains in both stocks and bonds. And we do check those closing numbers for you each day here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 gained 28 points, NASDAQ gained 234 points, and the Dow gained 10 points. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.58% and the 2-year yield at 4.18%. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index rising about 2.5%, led by NVIDIA, which was the biggest boost to the index, advancing more than 4%. Lucid shares were halted for volatility a couple of times throughout the trading day, but the company ended the day down about 16% in regular trading after it had fallen as much as 57% after reports that the electric vehicle maker may be mulling over bankruptcy protection or going private. Lucid later released a statement saying that its restructuring advisor, Alex Partners, had not recommended bankruptcy, telling Bloomberg it has not formed a board committee to explore scenarios. We turn now to Washington. President Trump today welcoming new Iraqi Prime Minister Ali al-Zaidi to the White House after strongly backing his bid for office. Iraq has been under pressure to disarm Iran-backed militias that attacked U.S. bases and diplomatic facilities. The U.S. launched more strikes on Iran early today after Trump vowed to charge 20% of cargo for ships moving through the Strait of Hormuz. Later, Trump said he'd be backing away from those tolls and pursuing another arrangement for Middle Eastern countries to invest in and trade with the U.S.
So I put it out yesterday. I thought it was good. I was called by different people, different countries, kings and emirs and all of the people that we all know and we all love. And they've been very strong partners. And they said, we'd love to do it a different way. We'd love to invest in the United States with billions and billions of dollars.
And U.S. Central Command forces say they've launched an additional round of strikes against Iran ahead of the resumption of the naval blockade against Iranian ports and coastal areas. Crude oil prices continue to climb, WTI nearing $80 a barrel, Brent crude topping $85 a barrel. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh says policymakers have no tolerance for high inflation and share a commitment to restoring price stability. Warsh testified before the House Financial Services Committee about the Fed's goal.
Our number one objective is getting monetary policy right. That's our clear and constant aim, the star we steer by. And if we get policy right, and I can assure you we will, the inflation surge of the last 5 years will be a thing of the past.
Warsh also said today's CPI numbers do not mean the Fed's mission is accomplished. IBM shares plunged after the company reported sales falling short of expectations. The company blamed the miss on customers shifting their spending to chips and servers because of AI-fueled shortages. Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Anurag Rana says this might not be a one-off.
I think this could go longer than 1 quarter if memory prices remain high. B, if the Iran war stuff is not resolved soon. Because what typically happens in enterprise IT budgets is when you see times of uncertainty, companies hold back on their discretionary IT spending and only spend on things that are absolutely critical to them.
Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Anurag Rana on Bloomberg surveillance. IBM shares fell 25% in the regular session. Supreme Court Justices Elena Kagan and Amy Coney Barrett testified on the High Court's budget before the House Appropriations Committee. They're asking for more funding because of increased security threats. Justice Kagan.
Congressman Issa and Congressman Cummings came to visit the court, and they were doing an investigation, and that required that they look at different institutions and departments, security personnel. And they came over to the court and they said to Chief Justice, they said kind of like, we think you're crazy. You have less security than the director of the Office of Personnel Management does.
The justices confirmed that each justice was assigned between 4 and 8 members of a security detail, sometimes more if a member of the bench is threatened. Taco Bell says it has removed limited ingredients at select restaurants as a precautionary measure amid a cyclospora outbreak. In a statement to Bloomberg News, the restaurant chain says it's voluntary and temporary and that public health officials have not confirmed any link to Taco Bell. The number of people infected with a parasite that causes severe diarrhea surged again in Michigan. Public health officials say the outbreak may be tied to contaminated lettuce or salad greens. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.